Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Hello everybody, welcome to the technical analysis of the Forex market from the ForexPeaceArmy.com. As usual, we will talk about the euro currency and we will start from the daily time frame. Well, in general, currently euro currency stands in a very sophisticated and difficult for analyzing environment because the different time frames shows quite different and contradictory signals. As you remember, in our weekly research we said that on the weekly time frame there is a stop grabber, bearish stop grabber that theoretically should lead to the taking out of these lows. But during the yesterday's trading session, market has shown the stop grabber on the opposite direction. So as you remember, also we have discussed the possibility of starting the momentum trade due to this thrust to the upside as we traded on the weekly. Now there's a very lookalike situation on the daily time frame when you see initial thrust, retracement, and market due to previous upside momentum gravitate to some continuation of this move due to strong previous move to the upside. It's just the rest of pace that was due to this momentum lead market to continuation move to the upside. Now this is happening. Well, our major question was where market should start this momentum trade, from the 50% support that it has hit on the previous week, okay, or it will continue move a bit lower to the 618 and will start this move from the 618 support. As you can see, market starts to show some signs of bullish retracement to the upside from the 50% support, and appearing of this bar. So the stop grabber worries me a bit because the stop grabber why it's so important, because you can see on the beginning of the trading session market has shift trend to the bearish, and those who take the signal, unconfirmed signal, and enter on the short side of the market has been trapped in the wrong position, and they place stops somewhere above the market, maybe above these highs or maybe above the weekly pivot point or something above some swings on the lower time frames, okay. But in general, when the market trapped public in such kind of environment, it very often leads to take out the previous highs. The previous highs is right here, 146.52. So as you can understand, one of the stop grabbers should fail. It will be either weekly stop grabber who should lead us to taking out of these lows, or it should be the daily stop grabber who should lead us to these highs. Which one will fail? Who knows? It's now very difficult to say. But in general, if market will show something like that today trading session, or maybe even session after tomorrow's trading session, okay. So in this case, we could say that the probability of taking out these highs will increase. It's very common when the market shows some stop grabbers on the pullback of some important support. It very often leads to taking out the previous highs around 146.50. Well, also this will be the move to our target of the momentum trade and bread and butter trade. The target of this trade, as you remember, 618 resistance from the whole swing to the downsides. It's very close to the weekly pivot point, just above it. Okay, we will see it a bit later. So that's why the current analyzing of the euro currency is so difficult, because weekly trend tells us and the pattern tells us that market is bearish, daily time frame tells us that it's bullish, and this is not just a bullish signal. This signal leads us to the taking out of the previous highs. In that case, the stop grabber on the weekly time frame will fail. Okay, but in general, what we see: confirmed trend bullish, unconfirmed trend, because market hasn't closed yet current session, is bearish. Okay, so our current environment, due to this signal and in general the market behavior and pulling back from this 50% support, is bullish. Now let's take a look on the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour charts, we said discussed that it's possibly reversal patterns. It's double repo buy on the hourly time frame, and our initial target was this area of confluence resistance, 143.68, 143.77. As you can see, market has hit it, respect, some shallow pullback, and continue move to the upside. Now it's breaking at all. This normal Fib support, Fib resistance. This is of course also not the Fib resistance. You can see that 4-hour trend bullish. Now the next area that market could lead is this area of confluence resistance, 144.22. This area is particularly important because this is confluence resistance, and this area stands very close to the high of this nasty down bar. If market will totally erase this strong nasty bar down and taking out these highs, then probably it will give us some confidence that market is more bullish than it seems on the daily time frame, and probably it will lead to taking out, moving above the weekly pivot point and reaching our target of the momentum trade, 145.10. This is our target of the potential momentum trade. So just keep in mind this area because we will need it in the hourly time frame, 144.22. Okay. Now let's shift to the hourly time frame. What we see here? Well, in general, this reversal that we expect that could be the double repo. In fact, this is not a very good look-like double repo. This is more similar to double repo because this was first penetration, close below, second penetration. I do not have this 3x3, but I have taken a look at this before. Well, this was close again below the 3x3. Well, in general, this is some kind of double repo, but not the pure looking double repo, just some kind of reversal to the upside. Okay. Now take a look that for hourly trend also bullish. Look at this pattern: A, B, C, bottom. Market accelerates from 618 to 100% expansion, retraced. Okay, this was, by the way, nice retracement to enter alongside of the market due to daily stop grabber, but it's a bit late to use it. Okay, the next target, because this acceleration was really fast, is 1618 extension, 144.34, and it stands very close to the area that I ask you to keep in mind, 144.22. So that area, this area is very important because this is confluence resistance and agreement on the 4-hour hourly chart, very close to the extreme of this nasty bar. Okay, so that is next area where market keeping going to that area. Well, if market will take this area and continue move to the upside, as I allow myself to suppose that probably market take out the weekly pivot point and will reach the target of our momentum trade, 145.10. This will indicate that probably this trade that we have waited for on the daily time frame is started already. Okay. Well, so due to the fact that market is neither overbought nor oversold on the daily time frame, we have no barriers to reaching of that area. So we could use any nearest Fib support to enter on the long side. This could be 143.78, 143.63, 143.65 area confluence support. I think this is will be logical. We can try to make the scalp trade with the entering long here or here with placing stops just below the swing low. Okay. Now our target will be 144.34. It's right here. Well, what to do around this area will depend from how market will behave around that area. But in general, if market will accelerate and break into the upside and move above the weekly pivot point, of course we could hold our positions till the 145.10 at least, till that area. Or maybe if market will show some additional stop grabbers on the daily time frame during today's trading session, if market closes above red line near the weekly pivot point, and on the tomorrow's trading session if it move above the, again, open below the red line, open above it, close above it, in this case we even could hold our positions even longer. Okay, but for today's trading session, I think that we could use any area to enter on the long side, here or here, with the placing stops just below this resting swing low. Okay, and the target will be 144.34.